All right, fellas, today we're reacting to Rich Piana's craziest cycle. Now, I seen this video probably like 10 years ago, but I have no clue what it was. So I'm reacting to this and we're gonna see what it is. I know it's pretty crazy from what I remember, but we'll go into details. So Rich Piana talks about the craziest cycle he's ever done when he did the 1999 NPC Nationals. So going for his pro card as an amateur.
I'm going to talk about the craziest regimen I've ever done in my life. Basically, it was between the time I won the California overall to the time I was competing in the USA's and I placed 7th. In a year, I put on approximately 48 pounds of muscle.
Holy shit. 48 pounds of fucking muscle. Now, we don't know if that's for sure 48 pounds of solid muscle, but I mean, anywhere near that is like, what the fuck? So, but he said he placed 7th place, so that's not very good. We'll see though.
I weighed 231 on stage at the California, and I think I weighed, I believe it was 287 at the USA's on stage. And I placed 7th, so I couldn't have been in that bad of shape. But it was just an incredible amount of size that I had put on, and I did everything I could that year as far as winning that show. Everything I did from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to bed was about winning that contest. Obviously, I didn't win; I got 7th, and that was kind of what my fire burned out after that show because I had put so much into it and did everything I could. But let's cut to the chase here. Basically, I was eating 12 solid meals a day.
12 fucking meals a day. To eat 12 meals a day, I mean, it's like he said, when he says whatever it takes, 12 fucking meals a day. I mean, I've had points where I've done 6 meals a day, and that felt like a fucking job. I felt like literally I'd go piss, then I gotta eat. Take a shit, then I gotta eat. Go walk, then I gotta eat. Like, holy shit, dude.
I was eating every hour and a half to 2 hours. Typical meal was 2 chicken breasts, 8 egg whites, and 2 to 3 cups of rice per meal, eating that 12 times a day. I was training twice a day. I was doing cardio twice a day, and when I wasn't training or doing cardio, I was taking a nap. I would sleep 4 to 5 times a day, 1 to 3 hours each time. That's what I did because I felt that was the best possible scenario.
Yeah, dude, that is literally, I mean, when he says whatever it takes, I mean, holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, you literally, yeah, that's whatever it takes right there. So I don't know what he was doing to make money at this point to get these gear. Probably selling gear because that's what most bodybuilders do, and they need to make some money but focus on bodybuilding. But I mean, holy shit, dude, he's literally only bodybuilding.
Put on the most amount of muscle humanly possible was to break up my sleep so I could eat more, train more, do more cardio. Drug-wise, I was taking 2 IUs of growth every hour and a half to 2 hours. So this was
I thought he was gonna say I was taking 2 IUs of growth. No, every hour and a half to 2 hours. That's a big difference.
15 years ago, remember? So this was back 15 years ago, and this is how ahead of time I was taking growth every hour and a half to 2 hours throughout the day, and tried to take it on an empty stomach. It's kind of hard when you eat 12 times a day. But I was taking, approximately 20 IUs of growth a day as far as my steroid.
20 IUs of growth a day. That is a lot of growth. Now, you do see guys, talking about they've tried 100 a day and shit like that. So, 2026, it's not too far-fetched, 20 IUs a day. But the most I've taken is 6 IUs a day. I'll probably titrate up to 8 this off season. But even for me, man, I mean, I hold a lot of water, super lethargic, very bloated. Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine 20. Like you would, yeah, I mean, he slept. So all he did was eat, sleep, and train. So it kind of makes sense. He's sleeping a ton. But 20 IUs, man.
Cycle, back then.
And you got to have money for that. That is a lot of money.
I was taking 2 grams of test, probably 600 to 800 milligrams of tren.
Oh, my fucking 2,000 milligrams of test. It's just crazy to think about because like the most test I've taken is 600. So it's like, 2 grams. And, nowadays the typical like off season open bodybuilder dose is usually going to be about a gram, maybe 1.2. You don't really see guys going much higher than that. Some guys do, of course, but it's like not the main, you know what I mean? And then he said 600 to 800 tren. Holy shit. The most tren I've ever taken is 300, and I literally feel like a nutcase, and that's only getting ready for a show that I would even go that high. And that's not the entire like 12 weeks. That's just like, 3 weeks we titrate up to that. So I mean this dude must have been feeling like a fucking animal. Oh my gosh, 600 to 800.
600 milligrams of equipoise.
It's normal.
I was taking 300 milligrams of injectable anadrol a week, and the 20 I use of growth. And for me, that's probably the craziest I've gotten. And I was growing daily, and the amount of muscle I put on my body was insane. And that was a time where I noticed I had a little bit of stomach growth going on. When I looked at the pictures from the Cal to the USA, my belly button had became herniated, and I noticed my stomach kept protruding a little bit in 1 year. And that's when I kind of told.
Yeah, guys, and you have to understand, right? Like, when it comes to taking GH, a lot of times it's going to make your gut bloated. Like a lot of people say, oh, they're getting organ growth. No, a lot of times you're literally just holding a lot more water, so your stomach is bloated. And you imagine 20 IUs on top of 12 meals a day. That's going to grow your damn stomach, man. And you got to think, like, whenever you're eating 12 meals a day to put on all the size and 20 IUs of growth, like the amount your waist is going to grow from taking this makes it not worth it. Too much food volume. I mean, obviously it's 2026. We know this. It's like, it's just not advantageous in the long run.
Myself, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm just, doing crazy shit to try to win this contest. And I didn't even win. I got 7th place. I didn't even get a trophy. And I probably spent about 15 grand, on that contest. And I had nothing to show for it. Nothing. So that was kind of the eye opener for me that, maybe this bodybuilding thing ain't all what it's, cut out to be. I started to open my eyes. But anyway, a lot of people ask me what my craziest cycle was, and that was my craziest year of just doing whatever it took to win that show. And, 20 IUs of growth, hey, 15 years ago, some pretty crazy shit.
I love Rich though, man. Rich, I will go back and watch his old videos all the time. I remember being like 13 years old watching Rich, and not even like being a bodybuilder or anything. I just thought it was interesting that this dude was so damn big and just his personality was great. But yeah, that cycle is pretty insane. But honestly, at the same time, like there's motherfuckers out there today that are doing that shit. 100%. Now, how he was able to afford that back then, I think it's funny because I'm sure he was selling gear back then. Because like I said, that's what all the bodybuilders do, especially the open guys that have to buy a lot of gear to use for themselves. Yeah, they sell it. But yeah, I mean, 20 IUs of growth and 300 injectable anadrols, kind of crazy. 600 to 800 tren, 2 grams of test, 600 EQ is pretty normal. Yeah, it's not that bad. Let's see what the physique look like though. He look damn good, man. Rich look fucking good right here. And Rich is a taller guy too. Back's good. The back's really good. I mean, rear lat looks really good. Yeah.
And time.
I mean, dude, honestly, Rich looked really fucking good right here. I mean, he says stomach distension. I don't see any stomach distension unless this is the show before the one he's talking about, maybe. I mean, I think this is the show that he's talking about. He ran the cycle for, and the waist looks great. I mean, I think it looks fucking good right here.
184.
Dave Palumbo. Oh, Palumbo.
Front over bicep.
Yeah. I think Rich looks damn good here, man.
And relax. Front lat spread.
I'm out of these physiques I'm seeing this call out. I mean, I'd give it to him. The black guy, I forget his name. I know who that is.
And relax. Side chest.
Maybe he would get the nod, but
And relax. Side tricep either side.
okay, yeah.
And relax. Face back, please. Back over bicep.
Yeah, man. Rich looked really good, man. I love this look from Rich. It sucks that he didn't really compete too much after this.
Relax. Back lat spread. And relax. Face front. Front abdominal line. And relax.
Now, I think Rich, I mean, he could have been sharper at the show, but I mean, and I understand like how much he put into it. I mean, he was literally like eat, sleep, breathing bodybuilding, and he lost. But I mean, with this look, man, I mean, I think he should have gave it, a couple more goes at this thing. But yeah, fellas, that is a cool video to kind of look back on. I remember watching that video so long ago. I was so young, before I even thought about bodybuilding or gear or anything. I remember watching Rich Piana, and that cycle is pretty crazy. But I mean, that is like, I mean, I feel like today, with how open everyone is about gear, like that is not heard of. It's not something someone hasn't done, probably already in this year and things like that. But man, I fucking miss Rich, man. I miss Rich Piana. I miss, watching the Bigger by the Day videos and things like that. I still go back and watch them. And man, RIP to a legend, man. Gone but never forgotten. Thank y'all for tuning in, guys. We're gonna do more reaction videos. So like, share, comment, follow, all that good stuff, or subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm out. Peace.